Hey, welcome to another episode of the Not Scrum Dumb podcast. I'm your co-host, Andreanna Marshall, and that's my amazing co-host.
Grand Scrum Master Scott. Greetings, everyone.
Today, we're going to be answering a subscriber question. So this question is, how does Scrum differ from Agile? And before we get into it, you can also leave us comments, email us, reach out to us on LinkedIn, and we will respond and also turn these questions into a video so it can help other people learn. All right, Scott, want to kick us off with how does Scrum differ from Agile?
Absolutely. That'd be perfectly fine. Yeah, beautiful question. Get that question quite a bit. But when I think of Scrum, Scrum is a framework, as Andreanna said, of how we're going to approach our work. It gives us some basic steps that we're going to use. Those steps may be complete or may not. Now, comparing that to Agile, the Agile manifesto, I like to think of that as principles. And principles is what guide our behaviors. These are things that when I'm thinking about a question of how we're going to act as we doing the work, which is Scrum, or what should we specifically do in certain situations. Scrum doesn't speak to that specifically in terms of our behavior with individuals and interactions, the value of the Agile manifesto. Those are a few differences that I'm thinking of, Andrea, in terms of difference in the Scrum framework and the Agile manifesto, or Scrum versus Agile.
Yeah, I do think this is a pretty simple question, but on the internet, you'll see people use Agile and Scrum interchangeably. So I get why people come to our class and they're very confused and they think it's the same thing, which is not a problem. I think just to break a little bit more down from what Scott was saying is the Agile Manifesto, it's 12 principles, 4 values. That's it. One of them being our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Now, obviously, this was originally created for software, but has expanded beyond that. So don't go too deep into the word software. Just understand that is one of the principles, but it doesn't give you some ways to actually achieve that. While Scrum fulfills Agile, it gives you some ways that you can do that. Scrum is based on empiricism. So transparency, inspection, adaptation. So through that, every single event, every single artifact fulfills empiricism, which helps us achieve that agile principle to satisfy the customer. We're constantly getting feedback. We're constantly iterating and updating our product. And that's how we're able to do that. So look at Scrum as like a vehicle or a mechanism to have business agility.
I love how you identified the values. And as you were saying that, I was just thinking, Adriana and viewers, that the Scrum Guide and the Manifesto, they both have values as identified. The Agile Manifesto has 4 values and the Scrum Guide has 5. We have commitment, focus, courage, respect, and openness. Now, when I think about values, I think about kind of the same thing I said earlier in terms of that's answering the question of what's important to us. Why do we care? That's the value itself. So I'm gonna try to give you an example of pulling them both together in another way to answer the question and a little bit more deeper if we can. When I think about the value, let's go with the manifesto first, where it talks about customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Now, that emphasized the relationship dynamics. We want to focus more on customer collaboration than being all about the contract. And then, however, if we go to a principle of the Agile Manifesto, I'm thinking about business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. You see, that gives us guidance. The Scrum Guide doesn't give us that specific guidance, not that clear. I mean, that's not vague at all. To me, when I'm thinking of Scrum, Scrum is like what we're going to do in terms of our approach. And when I think about the Agile Manifesto, it is the behaviors we're going to have as we're doing that. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah. And so, in summary, Agile is the overarching principle, values, mindset, while Scrum is the specific framework that provides a detailed process, accountabilities, and rules that help you implement the Agile values and principles in a structured way. So, hopefully, that helps you understand the difference between Agile and Scrum, and you'll be able to effectively teach others. All right. So, if you watch to the end of this video, hit the like button. You obviously liked it. Make sure that you subscribe. You can reach out to us. We have our LinkedIn in the description. You can join our email list. You can also check out some other products on our website and courses and things like that, both live and self-paced. So check it out. And if you made it to the end of this video, that means you have an attention span greater than a goldfish.
Be legendary, everyone, but not Scrum Dumb. See you in the next episode.